Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the August virtual dog adoption event. This month, we have seven lovely dogs ready to meet you and come to their forever homes. So, first off, this is an event with City Dogs and
Can
City
you sit?
Kitties Rescue. We're a rescue in
Okay, can you
DC,
sit?
and we don't have a
Sit.
physical shelter. So, our adoptable pets stay with fosters like those you're going to meet today. You can learn more about us at our social media pages on
Muffin, sit.
Instagram, Twitter,
Muffin,
and Facebook.
Muffin,
We are at City Dogs Rescue.
Muffin, sit.
And you can learn more about us at our website, which is citydogsrescuedc.org. There you can donate, inquire about dogs or cats, volunteer, and foster. Lastly, feel free to ask any questions that you have in the chat. So we're going to go ahead and get started with Muffin. Muffin is a female bulldog mix. She's about 5 years old and weighs about 46 pounds. So Jane, can you start by telling us a little bit about Muffin?
Sure. This is Muffin. She's been at our house for several months now. She's come a long way. When we got her, she had heartworm and she had some skin issues. And so, fortunately, we've taken care of all that, and she's really looking very good. We're not sure where she came from. She, came from North Carolina or South Carolina, and we don't have any information on her background. But she's just a very easygoing dog. She's very pleasant. She's very friendly, and she's really very low maintenance. If you're looking for a running companion, Muffin's probably not your dog. But if you're looking for someone just to hang out with, go for a few walks a day. Uh, Muffin's probably your dog.
Awesome. So Jane, we know you've
There
had
you go.
Muffin for a little while. So can you tell us what she was like when she arrived and how she's changed since you've gotten her?
Yeah, yeah. When we got her, she was just kind of nervous, probably a little bit shut down. As I said, she had heartworm, and she had some skin conditions, and so she probably wasn't physically as comfortable. But she have taken care of all that, and she's become much friendlier. She's always very happy to see us. She loves our resident dog. She tries every morning after the walk. She always tries to get our resident dog to play with her. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Um, and she's just become much more comfortable around here to the point where she's now decided she needs to make sure that she is protecting us from the mailman and things like that. She's gotten she's working hard to keep us safe. So and she's gone from, we used to keep her in the crate quite a bit, but now she's basically a free range dog, and she doesn't have any problems being in the house either on her own or when we're here. She's had to stay with a foster a couple of times when we went out of town, and she did really well at the foster's house. So she seems pretty adaptable, and they both commented on how easy she was to take care of.
That's wonderful. So what's your favorite thing about Muffin?
Well, actually, one of the things we love about Muffin is she's really easygoing and pretty low maintenance, but she doesn't like to walk. She really likes to trot. So it almost seems it's like she's in a hurry. So if you, like, in the evening, if you ask her to get up and go outside to the bathroom, she gets up and she goes trotting outside as quickly as she can, and goes to the bathroom and comes back in. The same thing if you go if she sees something interesting, or even if you're moving from room to room, she just likes to trot around like she's in a big hurry. It's very cute to see how she trots around. It's cute to see her try to play with my dog as well. This morning, my dog was napping, and Muffin decided she needed to play. So Muffin just stood over my dog and barked at her for 5 or 10 minutes until she got my dog to play with her. Not frequent, just she'd go arf, and then my dog wouldn't do anything, and she'd bark again, and eventually she got my dog up to play with her. So she's just really cute the way she goes marching around the house, like she has somewhere important to be. It's also nice now coming home, when you come home, and she's so happy to see you. She gets all excited when you come in the door, and she's glad when you get home.
Oh, she sounds like adorable, just
She's
adorable.
adorable. Yeah, she doesn't like to play with toys very often. Every once in a while, there's a basket of toys. She'll go over and pick one up, and she'll play with it for about 10 minutes and then put it down. If you try to encourage her to play with a toy, she won't do it. She'll look at you like, what am I supposed to do with this? I mean, but both my dog and Muffin are the same way. They're not really they're not really, Muffy, can you sit? Muffy, can you sit? Sit, good girl. Look at that good girl. She learns to sit. We're working on down and we're working on stay. It's a little bit hard because with two dogs, you always try to get one dog to do something, the other dog has to come in and be part of the be part of the action as well. So yeah, it's a good girl. There's a good girl. So
So is
and she's
there
very
anything? Oh, go
oh
ahead.
she's really good on walks. She loves to go for walks. She's not she's a little bit of a dawdler. There's a lot of things to sniff and smell in a neighborhood, but she's really well behaved on walks. She doesn't have any she doesn't bark at other dogs. She knows all the neighbors in our neighborhood now, so whenever they're out front, she has to stop and say hello to them. She so she's made a lot of friends in the neighborhood. Everybody wants to know why we still have her because she's such a nice dog. They can't believe she hasn't been adopted by now.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share about Muffin?
I don't think so. As I said, she's been a very easy foster. She's super friendly. Uh, she's very good natured. I think she'd be she's good with kids. The 1-year-old next door really likes her a lot, and they play with each other through the fence. And she's seems to make friends with whoever she meets.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jane, and thank you to Adorable Muffin. You
Yeah.
can
Oh,
find out
thank you.
more information about Muffin at her special link, which is cdck.cc/Muffin. So up next, we have Olivia, who is being fostered by Selena. Olivia is a female hound and pointer mix. She weighs about 43 pounds and she is 1 year old. So, Selena, what can you tell us about Olivia?
I'm sorry, I'm on the floor. She's like moving around here. So Olivia is 1 years old. She is a hound, a pointer mix. I've had her now for about 2 weeks. Let me see if I can get her into the video frame here. So I've had her for 2 weeks now. She is definitely got that puppy energy still. Let me see if I can get her. Give me 1 second. She's like down here on the ground. Come on. There she is. Okay. So yeah, she's got puppy energy. She's kind of all over the place. Medium energy. She has a lot of energy in the morning, but she can also like calm down and lay down next to you on the couch and snooze like for a long period of time, especially if I'm like working from home on the computer. She'll just sit down on the couch and sleep the day away. So she's kind of like medium energy. She can kind of basically match your energy throughout the day, which is really nice. So yeah, still puppy like, but definitely a good fit for any type of household, I would say. There you go.
Can you tell us about what Olivia likes on walks? Like how far does she like to go? Where does she like to go? All those kinds of details.
Yeah, for sure. So she does 2 walks a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, about an hour. So an hour long walk is, really good for her. She'd probably go longer if she wanted to. So she is, like I said, she's a hound. So she follows her nose everywhere she goes. And that, will lead to some kind of going all over in different directions, which I'm definitely working with on her leash walking skills. So she loves to chase like squirrels or rabbits, even birds. She'll, want to like chase everything. She's definitely got a high prey drive. I feel like she would climb a tree to catch a squirrel if she could. So she's definitely one of those that will, jump up on a tree to try and catch a squirrel. So yeah, anything outdoors, she loves to be outdoors. I let her out in the morning in my backyard with her and my other dog, and my other dog will, use the bathroom and come right back in the house immediately. And she would prefer to like stay outside for, 15, 20 minutes, kind of like sniffing everything, barking at the neighbor's dog. She'll probably dig around a little bit, not like major holes, but just kind of like scratching the surface to see what's underneath there. Um, Running back and forth, just doing a bunch of stuff. So she's definitely an outdoor dog. And I think the more time she has outdoors, the happier she'll be.
What do you think Olivia's ideal forever home would look like?
Um, I think she could go to a home with either another dog or by herself. So she loves to play with my dog all day long. So another buddy would be good for her, but if you don't have another dog, she would be fine as the only pup, as long as she has a human friend to play with and take her out. Definitely a family that likes to go out for walks, hikes, just being an outdoors type of family. I think she would probably do good with like a backyard or somewhere where she can kind of sniff around. Oops. So, and she's really good with kids. I had her around my 3-year-old, not my 3-year-old, but my 3-year-old niece, and she was totally fine with her. I've taken her around Eastern Market, around Capitol Hill. So many kids were out there with their families, toddlers and babies, and they were all coming up to her wanting to pet her, and she was totally fine with that. She can be a little like nervous around strangers, so she may like bark at a stranger passing by. She normally does that if we're in like the car and someone passes by the car, or if she's in the house and someone walks past the sidewalk. So she's very protective. So she will bark to let you know of any strangers in the area, but she's not aggressive at all. She's a very friendly dog. And she's good around kids. So I think kids would be totally fine. So yeah. Yeah. Come on.
Do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to share about Olivia?
Um, she is very good in the crate. She sleeps throughout the night in the crate, so super crate trained. At this point, no issues with her being in the crate. She's probably in there for like 8 hours, on average a night. And she does really well. Like if her and my dog are playing a little too rough, or just she needs a break or what have you, I'll put her in the crate for a little break, and she's totally fine with that. So no whining or crying or anything like that, trying to get out of the crate. And also a little funny thing about her is when you can tell when she's hungry, she loves to eat. She's a really healthy eater. She eats a lot, way more than my resident dog. And something funny about her is when she gets hungry, she'll go over to her bowl. If there's no food or water in there, she'll pick it up and kind of like throw it around. So I'll just hear like at random points in the day, like her metal food bowl banging around the floor. So I'll definitely know it's time to give her a little treat or some food or something. And she's very treat motivated. So she will sit, and she knows sit and paw. She'll give you her little paw for a shake, as long as you have a treat. So I try to do it and get her to sit without the treat. It doesn't work so well right now. So we're still working on that. As long as you have a treat for her, then she will pretty much sit. I'm also working on getting her to sit prior to her meal. So before I put the bowl of food down and let her eat it, I'll have her practice sit for a couple seconds. She's getting better at that, so she'll get up to maybe about like 20 seconds or so before I let her go and eat. So we're definitely working on manners in the house and working on her leash training, but she's doing very well. She's a very sweet dog. Like I said, her energy can go up or go down according to whatever you want to do for the day. So she'll be a great fit for a lot of families, and families with kids, I think, would love her. That's about
Awesome.
it.
Well, thank you so much, Selena and Olivia.
All right,
Olivia
thank
is up
you.
for adoption, and you can find information about her at cdck.cc / adoptableolivia. Up next, we have Corbin. Corbin is being fostered by Michelle, and he is a male miniature pinscher and terrier mix. He weighs about 18 pounds, and he is 4 years old. Okay, so we're going to circle back to Corbin. Up next, we will have Daisy. Daisy is being fostered by Kelly. Daisy is a female yellow lab mix. She weighs 58 pounds and she is about 1 year old. Daisy is crate trained, which is lovely. So, Kelly, what else can you tell us about Daisy?
So Daisy is very sweet. She has a lot of energy. So I would definitely say whoever is interested in a good exercise partner or somebody that would like to try to do agility, she's definitely very agile. We joke when she runs around in our yard that she looks like a gazelle when she's running around. She's currently fostered at my house, and I'm not exactly in the city. So we tend to live more out in the country. So she has different exposures to different noises and different things. She's housed with currently 4 dogs of all different shapes and sizes. We have a very old lab that she loves to play with. She lies on the floor with him and doesn't even make him get up to play with her. And then we have a female, I guess they called her a black-mouthed cur, but she's probably a black-mouthed cur, boxer, pitty cross of some sort that she and Daisy love to run around and chase each other in the yard. And then we have another dog as well who's like an Aussie mix, and she plays with him now. It took him a little while to warm up to her, but she's definitely one of those dogs that doesn't think that, well, she's never met another dog that she didn't think should like her. So she introduces herself quite boldly. And then we have a Yorkie, a little old Yorkie too. And she gets along with all of them. When she's not on the go, she crashes like she is right now, demonstrating her crash ability and being a snuggle muffin. I think she's dying to have her person. I'll be honest with you guys. She definitely wants her human. She wants her human to get her snuggle time with and, just teach her all the ways of the world. She's very cute. She'll roll over on her belly. She's crate trained. Let's see, what else have you? Oh, so in the situation that she's currently in, I've had her about a month, and she's been exposed to horses. I'm not sure if anyone on this call has horses or is looking to adopt a dog that they can take to the farm with them when they leave the city, but she's good with the horses on the farm. She's seen cats. I have 3 barn cats. She's not really paid them much interest. They haven't come up to her and introduce themselves because they tend to be pretty dog savvy. But she didn't seem to be very interested in them. What else? What else would you
How
like to know?
does how does Daisy like to spend time with you?
So she likes to snuggle on the couch like she is doing right now at night. She definitely does this. I work from home. And so she is either laying by my feet while I'm working from home with my other dog, Aria, or she is in her crate. So she'll be quiet in her crate if you put her in there. She doesn't fuss very much unless the other dogs are running around and being lunatics. So she likes to play with us. She likes to play with sticks. If you throw a stick, she'll chase it. Um, I've been very cautious about toys and stuff because we have so many dogs in the house right now. I didn't want to have a situation where anyone fought for a toy. So when we go outside, we play with like balls and sticks and like, but we don't have a lot of toys inside the house right now.
So, what's your favorite thing about Daisy? And is there anything else that you think a potential adopter should know?
So she is very, very smart. Some of the things I like about her is like what she's doing right now. And I like watching her run around the yard. She's definitely very fun to watch because she truly enjoys running around in the yard. And I think she could, I like that she plays really well with our other dogs too. I think that's really an important trait in a lot of dogs. What else? She leads well. I found out we've taken her for walks around the farm, and she leads very well. When I got her, she was on a gentle leader, and I transitioned her over to the harness because I just found it easier to lead dogs around with them. I don't know. I hope somebody finds her attractive and wants to adopt her because my husband's trying to convince me to keep her. So, and we have too many animals right now. So I think she would make somebody a wonderful pet and a really loyal companion.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly and Daisy. Daisy is up for adoption, and everyone can find more about her at her website, which is cdck.cc/adoptdaisy. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to circle back to Corbin and Michelle. Are you guys ready?
Yes, and I am just gonna bring him up here. Hi, everybody.
Awesome.
This is Corbin. He also goes by Corby. And right now, he has had a lot of activity and he's just resting. But he's usually a very energetic dog. He's a terrier and miniature pinscher mix. And so he has a lot of energy that he can run around for 5 miles and still be ready to go. He's been with me for 2 weeks. He's a new foster. And he's not a picky eater. He can eat a lot of things. Like he is very playful. He understands sit, roll over. When we came home from picking him up from the foster house, he just came home and took to our home like he already existed here, which was very surprising. And he likes this. I wouldn't say he's too attached, but he likes to be about 3 feet close to you. But he's also fine by himself at home. He's calm. He loves walks. He loves to play fetch. We got him 2 toys, and he's just so addicted and obsessed with those 2 toys that we had to give him a break from it. And right now I'm trying to train him to be gentle. So he's been picking up the commands gentle very well. And he's also learned that, so he kind of remembered sit and down and roll over. So it was easy for him to pick that up. And now he thinks that he has to be down or sitting if he wants food or wants me to take him out, and he'll just go and sit next to the door, kind of like hinting that he wants to go out. He's very friendly with dogs. I'm trying to kind of train him to be a little bit calmer because he's trying to like jump and always want to say hi. He's also very friendly with people, but I have noticed him kind of like barking when we had someone go up our stairs outside our home. That's the only thing I think that's normal. Yeah, I think so. The kind of family that he will fit well with is somebody who can take him out for a lot of activities because he really likes that. We go out about 3 to 4 times a day. And sometimes we even let him, like we play frisbee with him. I have not introduced him to dog parks yet because I was wanting to speak with a foster folks before before introducing him to the into dog park, but he's been generally friendly with people in general.
Well, thank you, Michelle. That was a great overview for Corbin. Again, as she said, Corbin is a male miniature pinscher and terrier mix. He weighs about 18 pounds and he is 4 years old. And for background, for those who don't know, we typically recommend that our fosters be hesitant when introducing foster dogs to dog parks because they can be quite overwhelming environments. And we just want to make sure that our dogs are in the safest, most calming environments when they're being fostered. So, Michelle, when do you think Corbin is the happiest?
So he's happy when he's playing. He loves toys. He loves to play. And he also does this thing called tackle. He's just using his head. I'm trying to get him to do that. He tries to barge his head into you in your stomach or your arms or like, and he has like a very odd way of like getting pets where he'll kneel on his front paws, but he's still standing on his back paws and his head is like turned around like right there. And I think though, like getting a lot of head rubs make him happy, and also running around. He's also happy running around, running behind bees and squirrels.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us about Corbin?
Anything else, Nathan?
Likes to kind of look in the face.
Yeah, he tries to lick Nathan in his face, but that's about it. That's it. I think he's very adaptable. He's easily trainable. And also, I think he was comfortable with crate, but he kind of realizes that kind of takes him away from us. So he's now kind of rebelling against crate. We're trying to get him back into it, but he should be fine, easily trainable to do that.
Okay, thank you both so much. Everyone can find more information about Corbin at his special link, which is cdck.cc/adoptcorbin. And Corbin is spelled Corbin. Thank you both again. Up next, we have Rambo, and Rambo is being fostered by Leah. Rambo is a male Labrador Retriever mix. He weighs about 37 pounds and he is 8 months old. So Leah, can you start by telling us a bit about Rambo?
Yeah, and he's only 8 months old, as you mentioned. Typical puppy. He plays hard and then he crashes hard. So we are currently in crash mode, but I think the minute I open up the treat bag, that will rev back up. I've only been fostering him for just over a week. He arrived on transport from North Carolina. He came up with a brother. So if anyone's on the website looking at Rambo and you see another dog that looks almost exactly like him, named Janji, that is his brother. So they both came up about a week ago. He is settling in very well. He loves my dog. And my dog warmed up to him quite quickly. She's 8 years old and a little grumpy, but they have been playing and hanging out together very well. He's pretty adaptable. When he unfortunately got neutered 2 days before transport, so we had to keep an eye on him to make sure he wasn't messing with his incision. So that meant he went to work with my husband for a couple days on the hill. So he breezed right through security and charmed treats from Capitol Police and had a good time hanging out on the hill for a couple days during recess. And we live in a super busy neighborhood in DC, and he doesn't seem too fazed by the sirens and the buses and things like that. And then we're spending the week on the Eastern Shore, and he rides really well in the car, I can say, and he's been enjoying kind of being out in the quieter area out here, but he's just been super adaptable and he's been settling in really well. It's hard to believe we've only had him about a week.
So what's Rambo like on walks?
He walks pretty well. I have him on a freedom harness just because it's a little easier to control him. He's only about 40 pounds. So even if he pulls, he's not really pulling down the sidewalk. He's just starting to notice squirrels and things like that. He gets excited when he sees other dogs and people, because I think he wants to say hi to them all. But in general, he's pretty easy to walk. He adapted to the leash pretty well in the beginning. A little bit of a, we had a few instances of me almost tripping over him, but he's come a long way in the last week.
What's Rambo like in the house?
In the house, well, it depends if he's in play mode or crash mode. But we are working on house training. As anyone who's fostered puppies know, it's usually a few steps forward, then a couple steps back. But we're working on house training, and he sleeps quietly in his crate at night. He doesn't make a fuss. He doesn't make a sound, even if I get up, put my contacts in, start getting ready for the day. He doesn't make a noise until my dog wakes up and starts wanting him to play with her. So then that's how he wakes up for the day. He likes to play with toys. We do have to supervise him because he is a toy destroyer. He likes bones, and he's been doing really well as I work from home. He'll play. He's pretty good at keeping himself occupied and playing with toys. I see them going flying across the room every once in a while out of the corner of my eye. I just have to be very vigilant to get him out every couple hours. As again, we kind of work on learning each other's signals when he has to go outside. And but no, he's been doing well. He's fairly quiet. The only time he really barks is when he wants my dog to play with her, which I keep telling him is not the approach because she doesn't like that. But he'll learn. He'll figure out that the way to her heart is not barking in her face.
So is there anything else that you love about Rambo or that you'd like to share with his potential adopter?
He's just a typical puppy. I would say maybe he wouldn't do great in a house with little kids just because he's pretty jumpy. We have to work on polite greetings. When he gets overstimulated, he can get a little mouthy. Again, typical puppy. But since we've had him now both in Columbia Heights and DC, which is super noisy and crazy all the time, dogs everywhere. And he's now been out here on the Eastern Shore for a few days, and he's done great in both places. He loves my dog, but I think he'd probably do okay as an only dog too, as long as he had some doggy friends to play with. And yeah, we just got to work on that house training thing. And then we're working on crate training too when we leave for the day. My first priority was getting that neuter incision healed up, and now we'll start plugging away more at the crate training for when we leave. But he's great in the crate at night.
Awesome. Well, thank you both. Rambo is up for adoption, and you can find out more information about him at his link, which is cdck.cc/adoptrambo. And Rambo is spelled Rambo. Thank you both.
Thanks.
So up next is Rocco. Rocco is being fostered by April. He is a male bulldog mix. He weighs about 70 pounds and he is 4 years old. So April, can you start by telling us a bit about Rocco?
Rocco loves bacon. Bacon is his favorite. Ah, yes. He's a really, really sweet dog. He's very eager to please, and he's the cuddle beast. Yeah. He's just really sweet.
What was he like when he arrived, and how has he changed since he's been with you?
He hasn't changed a whole bunch. I think he's more comfortable barking at things now. I have a big backyard out in the suburbs, and he likes barking when the neighbor dogs start barking, and he wants to join the conversation. So he's more comfortable with that, is concerned. I've had a chance to do a little bit of training with him. Not a lot, but he is super easy to train. I was shocked at how he's very food motivated. And he will do anything for bacon. And he caught on really easy to a few commands. He already knew sit, off. Well, there's bacon right here. That's not too hard. I know, it's delicious. But yeah, somebody spent I think a lot of time training him before he came to city dogs. Because you tell him to sit, he'll sit and they'll like pop up a little paw, and he's just like yeah, he does shake and sit and begs and stuff. So I think somebody definitely spent some time training him, and he picks up new stuff easily. So
What does Rocco do in a day? How does he like to spend his time?
well, right now, he has been watching TV with me. And very watching me cook bacon. Okay. He spends some time outside in the backyard, and I don't know, he just hangs out on the couch a lot, sleeping. He'll get zoomies sometime in the day. He'll definitely take a few laps in the morning, and take a few more laps in the yard in the middle of the day. But then he just calms down and snoozes on the couch for the rest of the day.
What has been your favorite moment so far with Rocco?
I should have prepped for these questions. Now I'm like, oh no, what is my favorite moment with you? Well, I think it's like every night cuddling in bed. He's a great cuddler, and I never allowed dogs to sleep with me before, but he's very respectful and like really comforting. Like he'll give me some space, but like he's just a nice, comforting presence to have in bed with you when you're sleeping. So he's not like an overly like clinger, like where you can't like breathe or you're too warm or anything. Like he gives you space, but he's definitely like, yeah, he's great.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us about Rocco that you think his potential adopter should know?
Yeah, he is fantastic in the crate. I've never had a dog as like good in the crate as he is. So whenever I work from home mostly, but like whenever I have to go see clients and stuff like that, put him in a crate, never a problem. I don't crate him at night because he's such a snuggle bug. And but during the great day, he's great. He's like when the cleaning people come over, he goes right to his crate and is fine and is quiet. And it always amazes me every time that he's super chill about being in the crate. I've never had a dog like that.
That's awesome. Well, thank you both Rocco and Foster April. Once again, Rocco is up for adoption, and you can find more about him at his special link, which is cdck.cc /adoptablerocco.
I know, I have the bigger piece of bacon.
And last but not least, we have Emmy. Emmy is being fostered by Archie. Emmy is a female Labrador Retriever mix. She weighs about 41 pounds and she is a year old. So Archie, can you start by telling us a little bit about Emmy? Oh, hold on, you're muted.
Thank you. Of course. So this is Emmy. As you can see, we're matching today, and she is kind of in her full element, being the cutest snuggle bug. She is about a year old. She's a chocolate lab mix, and I got her in mid-June. Oh, I got her in mid-June, so she's been hanging out at my place for a while now. She's done amazingly. When she arrived, she was heartworm positive, but I'm happy to say that she's done really amazing with all of her treatments, and she just finished up her second round of injections, so she's healing very, very well. Looks like she wants to go sit over here. Come on, Emmy. There you go. So she's been doing really well with her treatments, really great about taking her medicine. She's had some issues with some leaking, but again, she's on her medicine, and overall, she is really great about her house training and her crate training. She's lovely in terms of meeting new people, greeting people. She's very energetic and happy to see new faces. I feel like she's kind of become a fixture of our neighborhood here in DC, just the area that I live in. All of my neighbors know her. You know, she's kind of a really popular girl whenever we're walking around. And she's adapted to the city very well too. I don't know if I've mentioned, but she came from North Carolina. So overall, she's really good. She doesn't seem to be too startled by, you know, city noises or things like that. She's sniffing her treat bag right now. And yeah, what else? She's really good with her commands too. I've been trying to teach her slowly. So she's learned sit, down so far, and then she's also learned the touch command. So she's really good and adaptable and happy to learn, very treat motivated, and yeah, energetic. And just so kind. Like I mentioned, she's so good at snuggling. She'll do this really adorable thing where if you're sitting down, she'll come up next to you and just put her head on your knee to kind of say like, hey, please give me some attention. And if you're petting her and maybe you turn away to do something else, she'll kind of like tap you a little bit, like very politely, just to kind of be like, oh, hey, I don't think you were done yet. So she's very, very sweet, and has a great temperament.
That's wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about how Emmy behaves with kids or other dogs?
Yeah, so she hasn't been around kids on an extended period yet. But I will say we've run into some neighborhood kids on our walks now and then. So overall, she's been very, very friendly, very gentle. We've been stopped by kids who have wanted to pet her, and she's always very nice about that. I will say I've noticed, you know, she doesn't really jump on, the handful of kids that we've met and stuff. She's not very like aggressive or anything like that when she's playing. So that's definitely a good sign. And with other dogs, she's, like I said, so friendly. So she is, you know, coming out of her heartworm treatment. So we do have to keep her energy levels a little bit on the lower side. So, you know, she hasn't been playing with dogs too regularly. However, you know, she does interact with dogs on the street. Of course, it's hard to avoid, you know, passing a dog here and there. And whenever she does, she's so nice, and just kind of wants to like sniff the new friend and play with them a little bit. But yeah, overall, I definitely get the vibe that she would be very happy in a household with dogs or without dogs, with children or without children. She would definitely do well either way. And like I said, also her heartworm treatment has just wrapped up. So I think her exercise restrictions are only present for a few more weeks. So, you know, she'll definitely be back to her full energetic self very soon.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you'd like to share about Emmy?
Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Let me see. You know, like I mentioned, I think it's just really nice to emphasize, like, she's so polite and well behaved. It's really lovely. At the same time, she's super energetic and, you know, a very like happy dog all the time, which is just really, really good. You know, you'll get like a very fun kind of exercise buddy if you adopt Emmy, but then you will also totally get kind of like a very sweet, chill, almost like cat-like vibe from her sometimes, where she'll kind of just curl up next to you on the couch and just lay her head in your lap and, you know, just relax with you. So I think you kind of get the best of both worlds with Emmy.
Yeah, she sounds great. Thank you both for joining tonight's event. You can find more information about Emmy at our website, which is citydogsrescuedc.org. Thank you both again. And thank you to all of our fosters and all of our viewers for tuning into tonight's event. Again, you can find out information about any of our adoptable dogs or cats at our website, which is citydogsrescuedc.org. At that link, you can also find out about volunteer and foster opportunities, and you can donate and inquire about dogs. Thank you all.